Hello and welcome to the Blockade podcast. Today we have our guest Bandoot with us. Bandoot, say hello.
Hey everyone, what's up?
Joining me today on the co-host desk are DandyFloss and MeloCat.
Hi, I'm Dandy.
Howdy.
All right, Bandoot, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I like to play Beat Saber. I like to stream. Very, very fun thing to do. And also I make YouTube videos. I make content for people to watch and to enjoy.
All right, very nice. Um, First question: when did you realize your YouTube videos weren't just this side hobby and something that you could expand on?
Geez. Well, I've been doing YouTube, well, like uploading Beat Saber videos and stuff pretty much since the game came out. And shortly after like only uploading a couple of videos, I had in Through the Fire and Flames and stuff like that. That video got super popular and I actually gained so many subscribers and within the first month of Beat Saber's launch, I had gotten probably a couple thousand subscribers, and I just kind of kept uploading videos, and people just enjoyed watching that type of stuff. And so I guess you can say like maybe after like a month and a half or so, 2 months probably, I just figured, oh, people like they like watching these kinds of videos, and they like listening to music. So I thought to myself, why not just try making YouTube videos and see where it goes.
I guess
Try to go full time.
back at the start of when Beat Saber launched, there probably wasn't as much competition as there is now. So you probably had it. I wouldn't say an easier time growing because like everyone has their own troubles when they're starting at their own channel. But like
Mm.
when you started out, like obviously what there weren't as many as there currently are. So I feel like you managed to nail in on a niche quite early on, which established yourself quite well. So
Yeah,
props to
honestly,
you.
yeah, I mean, I would say I got pretty lucky. I mean, people like listening to music, right? So I
Oh, of
just
course.
I kind of just had this I had this thought where it's like, hey, as long as I upload, music, good music, popular music, whatever, people will watch my videos. They'll listen to it. And also Beat Saber for a lot of people it reminds them of like Guitar Hero and stuff when they used to play Guitar Hero. So like I would play some songs that were from Guitar Hero.
It's basically like
Um,
the fancy new version of Guitar Hero. Like, oh,
Exactly.
this new
yeah.
technology
Mhm.
with VR, you can play Guitar Hero, but swing your arms around instead.
It's also like one of those games that you can easily share with like friends and family where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, check this out, like check this game out. It looks very cool and it's in VR.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say it's like the easiest thing to introduce people to with VR. So like unless they're used to VR, they're not gonna be very good at it. I've tried this myself. I've tried introducing it to friends and family, and they're like they really struggle with it. But they still enjoy watching it. So being able to like make it for people who can't play it to watch is really good. Because not everyone has VR. Not everyone has the chance to play it. So VR content creators are really beneficial for the technology, really. So like this is what it's going to be like if you play it. Like you can actually really like show what it's going to be like to try it out.
Yeah.
I want to go back real quick on a comment where like you had said that you had gotten lucky, but I feel like saying lucky is a little dismissive.
Oh, definitely.
Uh,
No, I didn't mean it that way.
oh no, I like like Bandit specifically had said this about himself a second ago that he felt he got a little lucky. Um, I feel like striking while the iron is hot. Basically, an opportunity presents itself. You take advantage of that opportunity before anyone else. That I think is absolutely praiseworthy.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you're right on that. Well, okay, so maybe it wasn't all luck, but it's just like one of those things where like back then, when I was first starting to upload videos and stuff, like I didn't know anything about like, what to do and not to do as a
Hmm.
YouTube, like when it comes down to uploading videos. So I was just uploading random custom levels, right? Custom songs onto YouTube,
Yeah,
and some of them would do well, some of them won't.
you'd even put custom song in the title.
Yeah, Beat Saber custom song, and then it'd be the song name afterwards.
Mhm.
And nowadays, anybody that's like out there trying to like get subscribers or whatever, doing stuff like that is you're not really going to get discovered.
Mhm.
Like
You
me,
know,
hi, I'm trying.
it's so oversaturated. Like just having, you know,
Oh
um,
yeah, it really
song
is.
name and then three misses and SS 94.35%, whatever, right?
Mhm.
It's such a like common thing that people are going to put. I mean, sure, it's nice having like stats in the title and stuff, but like if you're specifically trying to like gain subscribers, stuff like that is not going to work. Stuff like the people
Right.
don't really care about all of that.
Yeah, because like YouTube viewers don't really have like an eye for the difference between like a really like a top 100 player and maybe like a top 2000 player. They'll see a top 2000 player and be like, "Holy shit, that is insane. How do you do that?" And then a
Exactly.
top 100 player will be like, "What the fuck? I'm so much better than that."
Well, yeah, once a YouTube viewer looks at a rank 3000 player, they're gonna think, oh wow, they're really good. But yeah,
Mhm.
like you said, someone that's like rank 100 on Score Saber is gonna look at that video and be like, dude, that's hardly anything. That's I guess that turns into toxicity and stuff sometimes.
There is a bit of elitism that does happen but it does you can acknowledge that without like creating a sort of like an elitist like perspective. Like you can absolutely like from a factual standpoint say that sometimes people who are like more experienced at the game won't get as much viewers, but there
Mhm.
are reasons for that. When people put like percentages and like scores in their titles, they are advertising to people in the higher end of the community that might appreciate that. But
Mhm.
somebody who isn't like as deep into the community as they are, aren't going to really like be as drawn in by something like that. People just want to see something entertaining. And Beat Saber in general, for a lot of people, is entertaining. So they will find just like any like I've even seen somebody who will throw up a video of like Has Been Hotel and it's a Beat Sage video and the viewers are going like nuts like holy shit this is insane it's got like 500,000 views and it's just people just like to watch Beat Saber, and they just don't really have much of an eye for what uh, is difficult by community standards.
Yeah,
Let's be real though. If you put Has Been Hotel in any title of any YouTube video, people are gonna like drool over it and like foam at the mouth.
well,
Oh,
yeah, it's incredibly
absolutely.
popular.
Yeah.
Um, Myerden, actually, going back to what you were saying earlier, the whole elitism stuff.
Mm,
Uh, you know, I, me being a bigger Beat Saber YouTuber, I see it all the time where it's like, I would see in Discord servers, people saying that, oh, I'm not that good at the game, yada yada yada, right?
mm.
Like, I don't get why people watch Bandoot XYZ, whatever, whatever. And it's like, dude, I'm just out here just trying to make videos for people so that they can watch and then introduce them to Beat Saber. You
The
know?
the way that I see it, and Tempex actually made a tweet about this a couple days ago, is that my personal take on it is all you need to do to be a Beat Saber content creator is be able to share your appreciation for the game with other people,
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
that is it. Uh, like some people think that the more like the better you are at the game, the more you deserve viewers, and
Yes.
that is
Yeah.
absolutely not the case.
Yeah, no.
You need to be able to help people experience why you love the game.
Okay. And also, like, people have to realize that, the more higher end, the more experienced Beat Saber players, that's like the top 0.01%, right? If you're like
Yeah,
rank 1000 on Score Saber, you're part of like the 0.1% of
yeah.
like, of, rankings on Score Saber, right? So it's like, you're saying that people that are rank one in the world, whatever, deserve all the views in the entire world. I mean, yeah, it sounds nice, but in reality, most people don't really care about all of that. You
And
know,
like
most
most people
people.
that watch videos are there for the person themselves. So like if you have an enjoyable personality, then that's what attracts viewers. It's not necessarily skill. You'll see like the biggest streamers aren't necessarily the best at the games. It's because that they're just fun to watch. So just because you're not the best doesn't mean you can't get bigger really. Like it's not just about skill, it's about personality.
And also, you know, when you're not performing your best or whatever, or you're not trying to, you know, rank up whatever, there's always going to be like kids in the community that call you like bad or washed up,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh well, as for me, I've been playing Beat Saber for such a long time, you know, two and a half years, not maybe a little bit more than 2.5, almost 3 years actually,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, and
It'll be
it's
free
like,
in May. Yeah.
yeah, it's like I've been playing the game for so long. I'm really just tired of ranked. I'm really tired of it. So
Hmm.
that's why I don't bother playing ranked anymore. You know, people they look at my score saver profile, they see me declining, right? It's like, oh, he was top 100 a few months ago, and now he's like already at 300, and I'm
No,
just like,
I look at your top 100 scores basically you proving everyone wrong that thought that you were just like not too good at the game and just like farming
yeah,
content.
I was,
Like you fucking shut so many people up with like your ability to hit top 100.
yeah, I was like, I think at one point I was above rank 70 and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, since I don't try for ranked anymore, since I'm not playing ranked songs the second that they're out, you know, apparently I'm just washed. I'm bad at the game. It's
Yeah,
like,
no.
no, it's like I'm sorry, I don't play every single ranked song that comes out like the second they're ranked, you know?
No, yeah, you just did that as like a one-time thing to prove you could do it and you don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah, and it just kind of sucks that people's mentality is like, your rank is the end all be all, right? If you're not always trying your hardest, if you're not top 100 on Score Saber, you're just bad at the game,
Mhm.
and that's what creates toxicity. And since Beat Saber is full of kids, you know, they don't know anything about like how to socialize properly, and they'll just immediately hate people or
It's
just
it's
dislike people.
it's kind of similar to like Olympians at that level where like they've competed, they've done what they wanted to do. They've got the gold medals or whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to constantly get gold medals for the rest of their life. They've made their achievement. Let them have it. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to put that much pressure on them. You've done your job. You've done what you wanted to get to. Now you're moving on to other things, and that's fine.
Yeah, and I totally get that. And like Tai Chi, for example, right? He was rank one for a long, long time, but I think he kind of stopped playing rank because I think he injured his hand. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what happened there, but it's like Tai Chi. He doesn't really play ranked anymore. I don't even know what his rank is now. I don't really keep track of people's ranks.
I think he's around 20 now.
Yeah, he's for Tai Chi. It's like he's not always trying to be rank one anymore.
All right, should
But
we move on?
he's like
Oh, I was going to say, should we move on from the competitive stuff? This is getting a bit heated.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
we've got loads of other questions here for you. So like,
Yeah.
who are some content creators that influence what you make? So like, is there anyone that makes you want to be like them? Anything that you enjoy?
I mean, like, my I guess my inspiration kind of jumps from person to person.
Mhm.
You know, I'll be watching a YouTuber and it's like, dude, I want to be like that YouTuber, or like I watch a streamer, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to be like that streamer. So it's like it's not one specific person that inspires me to do what I do, but it's like
Yeah.
a combination of like, different people, and I just kind of like uh take their personalities and then mold it into one, and then it's like, yeah, this is the kind of person I want to be. Like,
Mhm.
you know, I want to do my best and to just really make people happy.
Is there anyone that you can think of that has done that for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys know who Lakari is, but
Yeah.
yeah, I watch Lakari and I just think his stuff is so like funny. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like he can be like toxic towards his viewers, but like at the end of the day, he knows he loves them. He loves his chat, like, and his chat loves him too.
Mhm.
Like it's like friendly banter. You know, when you have like a best friend and you're like, you're playing a game together and you call him bad, but like your friend doesn't really like take that personally because you both know that like you mess around with each other. You know, you call your friend bad, your friend calls you bad, and it's just like friendly banter. You know, that's exactly what like Lucari does. You know, he calls his chat toxic, but then like his chat like makes fun of him too, and it's just like um
Like
you know,
funny back and
they both
forth,
like each other. Yeah, they both like each other at the end of the day.
taking just very friendly jabs at each other.
It's like
Yeah,
hanging out with the boys.
yeah, it's like hanging out with the boys, and that's pretty much my goal. I'm just trying to create an environment where it's like, yeah, you guys can mess around with me, right? I mess around with you guys. Hey, we all share laughters, and you know, it's a good time. You know,
I
but
think
you
a
know,
good way for that what you've done recently that facilitates that is all your channel point rewards.
oh yeah, channel point rewards. I need to add more. That's very very good. You know,
The fucking
people.
next song streamer is like
Yeah.
classic.
yeah, I remember Parapass did that, right?
Mhm.
Like I had DM'd him and I was like, "Hey Parapass, could you do me a favor and just like record yourself saying, hey streamer, next song please." And he did it. He sent me it and I listened to it. I was like, "Oh, this is good." Cuz this is like cuz people like how I imagine people saying stuff like that is like me wanting to get to their request, to get their song request up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
or they just I don't know, maybe they just don't like a song. And that's why I just laugh every time I hear that.
It'd be great if you had one where it's like, streamer, I've been waiting for 10 minutes. Why haven't you played my song yet? That's my like favorite thing that pops up in chats. You should get that one done.
Oh, probably, yeah. I'll have to look into it. And also, I just have like stupid random ones like Rap God, like literally
Like reality
Oh my
check
God.
through the skull. Like, hey
Yeah,
streamer,
yeah.
play the hardest song you possibly can, and it's definitely reality check through the skull.
Yeah, you know, speaking of RCTTS, I think it's kind of like almost I mean, it's a staple of a meme, but I think it's kind of dying a little bit. I think we're starting to kind of fade away from
Yeah.
RCTTS. Like it was funny for a year and a half or so, but now it's just kind of dwindling down.
It's now turning into sort of like a shifting of metas where it's now just going to be like the flavor of the month map where like this map got released this month and it's getting requested way too many times.
Oh,
And then
speaking of that,
Yeah.
sorry. Did you have
Yeah.
anything else to say, Martin?
Not really, just like finishing off just like it's just gonna just feed into more like song requests of more popular songs as time goes on.
Yeah, you know, speaking of that, oh boy.
Up and down.
I was
Up and down.
Up and
talking
down.
to
Yep.
I was talking to somebody, a friend of mine, about this you know, flavor of the month type of deal. And I remember he told me that a lot of the songs that get requested, most of them are my fault for them being requested. It's like I upload a song, right? For example, like Up and Down. You know, I uploaded Up and Down. People go into streamers chats and start requesting Up and Down for like the next week or two.
Oh God,
right?
was
Or
that
even
you?
longer.
I had that on mine as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it was me. That's the thing. Like, was it me that caused it?
Mine was about 2 weeks ago now, so I don't know if that might have been you. Like,
Up and Down has been like a thing for like 2 months now.
oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I uploaded it a little, you know, 2 months ago or so, probably, and people are still requesting it.
I had one like a couple weeks ago that it was like I can't remember the name of the song, but it like teleported you back and forward and like lifted you up and sideways and span you around in circles and like, but it was still an actual map, so it wasn't just a troll map. I can't remember the name of it, but it was the first. It was like the notes were black and red. Like you might recognize it from that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But that's the first
like...
map that's ever made me actually fall over. Like on stream, I was like, it was spinning me around so much, I just slipped over and fell over, and it was like, what the hell?
It's like super crazy, right? Like
yeah,
moving. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just don't remember the song name or the level.
Yeah, I'm sure Midian can like get some B-roll footage of it, but it's just insane. It's I don't know if that was you that spurred that one on as well.
Oh no, I never uploaded that. No, because sometimes, well, I was using Camera Plus, and Camera Plus can be a little weird sometimes
Yeah.
whenever it jumps super, from point A to point B, like super fast. So
Yeah.
when I was looking at my footage of that level, I was like, dude, like this is no, like I don't think this is gonna be good. Like when it comes down to like people watching it.
Oh, it wasn't good to watch on my stream either. Like, because the way that the Camera Plus motion works, it like so you can see my avatar in the game, but like to be able to stop like seeing inside my face, I have to delete my head, and you can only see from like the neck down. So
Oh
when
yeah.
when the camera moves really quickly, if it starts moving backwards really quickly, the body lags behind, and you see a headless body in front of the
Oh,
camera for a few seconds, and it was terrifying.
this is like some Resident Evil type stuff.
It
It's
really
like
was.
you just see a headless body.
Yeah, like floating around in front of you, mimicking your movements. It's like, oh god, this what? That's really creepy.
Going back to popular maps and all that. I don't feel like I'm the only one that contributes with all of that. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen LS Toast's
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
on that
explosion recently.
popular.
Yeah.
He played them.
Yeah. I feel like people are gonna request da 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 even more now. Like I felt like it was already kind of dying, but
With YouTube Shorts.
not now. Now with LS Toast uploading it to YouTube as a short, I feel like people are going to request it again. I mean, like what LS Toast is doing, spamming hashtag shorts is, it's not a bad thing, right? He's giving exposure to the game, which is awesome. But like, it's a double-edged sword here, right? On one hand, it's good that LS Toast is posting these shorts and it's gaining a lot of attraction. It's showing Beat Saber, right? People are being exposed to Beat Saber. But on the other hand, a lot of kids like to watch meme stuff. So he's LS Toast is going to pull in a lot of 10, 11, 12-year-olds into the Beat Saber community.
Yeah.
And that's not to me that's not a good thing, because
And they're seeing their memes for the first time, and they're like, oh, this is hilarious, I want to see this again.
Yeah, the terms of service for Discord and Twitch is that you have to be at least 13 years or older to have an account. So whenever, like, sometimes I'll have people in my chat, these kids in my chat, they'll say like, "Oh, I'm 11 years old. I just have my mod snipe them." Like, I don't want an 11-year-old in my chat.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. I'm very happy that LS Toast is growing and that he's gaining a lot of attraction. I honestly think that LS Toast deserves a lot more subs than me because, well, I've been watching his stuff since he was Logan Theobald, right? Yeah, and I've always told him too. I was like, dude, you make a lot of great content. Like, you deserve like absolutely everything. And I'm very happy to see that he's finally, growing so fast. And who knows? He's probably going to hit like 1 million subs before, I don't know, before June. Who knows? If the growth
at the rate he's going, I would not be surprised.
But he's not going to be the first 1 million sub YouTuber, like Beat Saber YouTuber, like that. Did you guys see Make You Move? Was it last week? Finally hit 1 million subs.
Yeah, Tempex is almost there. I think Tempex is
he's 4K away. Holy shit!
Yeah, 4,000 subs away.
Oh my gosh!
And LS Toast, I know he just surpassed me last night, I think, in subs. Yeah, he's LS Toast is 327,000 subs right now.
It seems like
how do I get on this?
Yeah, it seems like the best way to nail on this growth at the moment is like the short form content. So there's YouTube Shorts and TikTok. Like, I've got a couple of friends who almost exclusively post that kind of content at the moment, and they're getting some insane growth from it. Like, TikTok and YouTube Shorts, just like fantastic way of like getting short clips that people want to see, and then like bring them into seeing your other content. So I think that's where you need to be at the moment.
See, okay, LS Toast had the edge for like a year, right? Because he's been uploading, short videos onto TikTok for a very long time.
He was able to get in early, and he had so much to do with it.
Yeah, he has so much to do with it. So all he's doing now is just re-uploading those TikTok videos onto YouTube, which is not, nothing bad about that. But
yeah, I think that's fine.
He's just like pushing out all of his TikTok content onto YouTube, and it's working with hashtag shorts. I mean, honestly, I feel like one of the best ways to grow right now is using hashtag shorts on YouTube because not many people are doing it. Um, for me, like I would probably do a few shorts here and there, but the only thing that kind of sucks is that with hashtag shorts, it kind of like shoves it into the video category onto a YouTuber's channel. So it's like if I have a bunch of hashtag shorts under the videos category, it's going to drown all my like other actual content. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
one of the solutions that I'm hoping YouTube does is implementing a separate tab that's just shorts.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because when you look through a YouTuber's channel, there's like you have the home, you have the videos, the playlists, their community and all
Exactly.
that. Like they need to add a shorts tab. If they added a shorts tab, so it doesn't clog up the actual videos tab, that'd be like perfect. That means I can upload shorts and still gain exposure while maintaining my actual videos.
Yeah, your regular like planned uploads of like stuff that's several minutes long.
I'm with you on that. I'd like the opposite end as well. I'd like a longs tab. I want a tab that can separate my my stream replays. So like we can have a shorts, a mediums, and a longs as well. That would work well.
Yeah, honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Just having like a dedicated tab that's just like long videos. Like I don't even know how you would do it though.
Yeah.
Hashtag long instead of hashtag shorts.
It's not the size that matters.
Hashtag shorts and hashtag pants. All right, that actually that covers one of the other questions we did have. We were wondering if you wanted to get in on the shorts craze, so I will check that off the list.
Okay.
All right. Are there any fan interactions that come to mind that always make you smile when you think back to them?
Yeah, I mean, I can't name any from the top of my head, but I've had multiple people DM me on Discord and thanking me for introducing them to Beat Saber, getting them into it. I've had a handful of people not only on Discord but like other games too, like VR chat and stuff. Where people have told me that they got a VR because of me, because of my videos, right? And then I'm just like, every time I hear stuff like that, it really makes me happy because it's like I actually did something. I actually helped people, doing something that they probably thought they would never do.
When you see, like, I remember a video being posted of this kid getting like a Quest 2 for Christmas. And he goes absolutely fucking mental. And
I know what video you're talking about.
I wonder like how many kids that get excited when they get like a VR headset as a gift. I wonder how much of that excitement was contributed by you or just Beat Saber content in general, because they may have seen videos on YouTube and that contributed to their hype, that contributed to them saying to their parents that they wanted this. So that you see how hyped they are. Some of that could have been influenced by you and the greater community.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I too would be happy if I were a kid and I got a Quest 2.
Oh my god, can you imagine? It'd be so good.
I just think of that classic video. It's like, wow, I'm really dating myself here. Back when the N64 was new, like one of the first YouTube videos I remember watching was like this kid getting an N64 for Christmas, and it was just like YouTube pooped to like all oblivion, where like the kid would open it and start screaming an N64, starts like reeing at the top of their lungs. That's all I think about when I hear about the Quest 2 video.
I do remember that.
Speaking of kids getting a Quest 2 though, I honestly think maybe like a couple of years down the line when those Quest 2 players start actually getting better, I feel like the top 100 is going to be filled with a lot of 13, 14, 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Like I remember back then, like back in 2018, right? Like people that were top 100, I felt like most of them were, young adults, 18, 19, 20, right? That were top 100. But now it's slowly kind of creeping up where all these children, all these kids, they're slowly catching up, right? And next thing you know, we're probably gonna have like top 1,000, and it's going to be like 90% of it is going to be.
I think
We're
that reflects more about like the barrier to entry to VR, because
Yeah.
it's always like PC VR is basically like you need the money to afford like the headset and a good computer, and
enthusiasts.
yeah, like you have to have the disposable income for it. And as like the Quest and the Quest 2, like all these cheaper headsets are released, it's exposing the market to people who wouldn't be able to try it otherwise. And I like, yeah, we will have like younger people in our audiences who are now like, oh, I can play this as well. But like I think it's a good thing. I think having it more accessible is like for more people is definitely a
agree.
good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing, definitely. Back then, a few years ago, VR was super expensive, and a lot of people just can't afford that. But now the Quest 2, I honestly think the Quest 2 for what it is, like the hardware itself, is very, very good at a $300 price tag.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
A lot of
incredible.
them, yeah, but the icebreaker for a lot of I guess adults would be the fact that you have to log in through Facebook,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which I think kind of ties in with how there are a lot of kids that use the Quest 2, because most adults probably just don't care. Like they don't care if they have to use their Facebook account to log in. But then there are also adults that are like, oh, I don't want to use my Facebook account for my
Yeah.
Oculus Quest 2. These adults can think about for themselves. Kids,
Yeah.
they don't think for themselves.
I don't want to sell my soul to Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
I
A lot of
unfortunately
people
already have, because I have an original Quest, and the only way to use that was with a Facebook account. So like, I don't use it anymore. I've got an Index instead. But yeah, like I can't take it back, unfortunately. Like they've got that from me.
The Quest 2 is very nice. I made a video. Well, it was a sponsored video for the Quest 2 and stuff, and people have been like thinking that I've been faking it, or like, oh, just because it's a sponsored video, I have to say good things about it. Like I can't say anything bad, otherwise, Facebook would hate me. And it's like, no, like everything that I said in my sponsored Quest 2 video, like is genuinely what I think. Like I think the headset itself is great. For $300, it's great. But I mentioned too that like the icebreaker is just the Facebook account stuff. Like if you don't mind logging onto your Facebook account with the Quest 2, then by all means, you should go buy one. But if you don't want that, if you don't want to use your Facebook account, then you don't have to buy it.
And
Yeah.
like the kicker is that if you have your Facebook account like banned or deleted, then you've basically bought a $300 brick. Like you can't use it otherwise.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Mhm.
That is kind of unfortunate. If you do something bad,
I
they'll
mean,
delete your account.
if Supreme put a logo on a brick, they could probably sell that for $300.
It'd be the same thing.
Just strap it to your face. Yeah, you're good.
It'd be an honor to get that thrown through my window. Whoa, dude, is that a Supreme brick? It's like, oh shit.
Can you imagine just being a Supreme brick being thrown at your window? That kind of reminds me of
Then
like
you would make money. You could just replace the window, and you would still have money left over. And you just have to sell the brick.
what that kind of reminds me of? Like those like in the movies and stuff, how like this was like earlier times, like 1900s and stuff, how people would throw pebbles at windows to get
Oh
some
yeah.
Yeah.
I think of like John Hughes movies with like the radio over your head and everything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of reminds me of that. I don't know why. Just throwing a rock at a window.
That'd be romantic. I can imagine someone just throwing a brick through my window and holding a like a boombox over their head. Oh, that'd be like, oh, like marry me now.
The first thing that comes into mind is I don't know if you guys have seen Drake and Josh before, but like
Oh yeah.
there was like an episode where like Josh had a crush on a girl, and Josh had to go to the girl's house, and like they were at the backyard, and he tried throwing like little pebble rocks at her window to get her attention.
I remember that episode.
Yeah.
I think at the end, like he falls off, like 'cause he's like dangling from the window at one point and like falls
Yeah.
flat on his back. That's how
Yeah.
it ends.
Yeah.
Oh, what a classic.
So I
Those are
think
good
like going off the previous question, so like same thing, but the reverse. Have you had any like negative interactions with your fans that really stick out to your mind? It's I know it's not a great topic to cover, but like it's an unfortunate truth that like as you get bigger, you're going to be more exposed to like the negativity of the internet as well. So like, is there anything that comes to mind when you think of that?
Yeah. I don't mind about like covering sensitive topics like this, because I feel like it's important to talk about them. So to say like negativity with fans, it happens sometimes, but there is also negativity from people that don't even watch my stuff, right? I see it all the time across
Mhm.
multiple discords, and I see it all the time from like the same people, where it's like, you know, they would. I'm essentially like the ninja of Beat Saber, right? It's like Ninja was hated from a lot of people just because he was super big, and I guess he attracted all the children and stuff.
Mhm.
And I feel like there are some people out there that had that same exact concept with me, where it's like, oh, I'm a big YouTuber, I'm a big Beat Saber YouTuber. I'm like the ninja of Beat Saber, and it's like I'm just I'm just doing my thing, I'm just
Yeah.
uploading videos. Like I think of it this way, right? I upload videos to my channel for mostly my benefit, right? So I upload these videos and I can look back at them a few years down the line and be like, yeah, I made these videos. Like this is like a piece of history of myself. You know,
Mhm.
I wish I had more photos of myself as a kid or throughout middle school, throughout high school, photos, videos, whatever, right? Just so I can relive those memories. And having all these videos uploaded onto my onto YouTube, it serves as a memory where it's like, oh, I can look back at them years down the line. I'm like, yeah, that was me back then.
That's
Mhm.
a
You know
good
what
way
I
to
mean?
think about it. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but the negativity, I feel like anybody out there that's like trying to really, really
Be
uh
dismissive.
like no like grow an audience, like you
Mm.
need to have thick skin. Like you need
Yeah.
to have thick skin. Like people might hate a content creator for XYZ, right? Like for whatever reason. And as much as you say all these hate comments and stuff, a lot of them have thick skin, but it still gets to them. Like a part of it still gets to them, and it can
Yeah.
really bring someone down. uh, you know
People weren't built to handle thousands of people actively letting them know that they don't like them.
yeah, I mean for me, like I've pretty much grown thick skin, right? It's
Mm.
Score Saver brings in a lot of toxic kids and stuff like that, but uh I've just kind of learned to just, all the negativity that people say about me, whatever they say about my videos, some people might call my videos clickbaity, whatever. I mean, I'll admit I was, a bit clickbaity maybe like a year ago or so, but like lately,
Finally, we got him to admit it.
finally, there it is,
We can end the
exposed.
podcast. We did it.
Hold on, where's the party blower? Where's the party blower?
Party blower.
Yeah.
No, but like I've learned, dude. Like I live and I learn. People can really. I would say YouTubers evolve their content, right? And I'm pretty much on that same boat. I've evolved my content where I feel like it's not just clickbait anymore. And also the definition of clickbait is so broad, right? People might think, oh, if you're not having song name with your rank and how many misses, that you're clickbaiting. It's like no, it's like I don't know how to say. Like for example, people can say that I almost failed video, right? That's a video title. I almost failed. They can say that,
Mhm.
oh, that's clickbait, right? It's like no, it's not. Like I literally almost failed at the end of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like
But
the big clickbait titles are like, you wouldn't believe this song is in Beat Saber, or like like the really annoying news articles like, you wouldn't believe who's married who. It's that's
Yeah.
the
Number
kind of
13 will blow your mind.
yeah,
So my
And it ends
that.
at 12.
my thought process when it comes to like making video titles is like creating something that I don't know, like kind of bounces like a pun that might be like a song title or something,
It's
or
yeah, that it's like
or like the sorry, just really quick. or just like the vibe of the song, right? Like
Yeah.
for example, my Mope Mope video, right? It's titled "This Level's Not for Kids," right? And people can look at that and be like, "Oh, that's clickbait," like a 12-year-old can handle that. It's like, well, it's the vibe. It's the vibe that you get. It's it's a horror themed. It's a horror themed song,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's not necessarily clickbait, but it definitely brings someone's attention.
It's on theme.
Yeah, it's on the theme. It's like, oh, this level's not for kids. It sounds nice on the outside, but like inside Mope Mope is an actual, like a horror themed, very dark and stuff.
I mean, it's just like an unfortunate reality of the internet that you do have to do something at least to stick out from everyone else. Otherwise, you're just going to blend in and nobody's going to click it. So you do need a little bit of clickbait in there. Basically, you need a reason for people to click it, and you don't want to go over it and say like, "Oh, this is going to blow your mind." You have to have you need to give your audience a reason to click the video.
Yeah, I kind of I try to describe the video, and I just kind of put that as the title of my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
There is bad clickbait, and then there is also, I mean, I wouldn't say good clickbait, but like I don't like to call it clickbait, but more of like exaggerated titles. You just slightly exaggerate them a little bit to gain someone's attention, because that's how you get clicks. That's how you get views. It's like news articles. They might exaggerate a title of some sort to get clicks, to get views.
It's how you get your audience in. It's how it works.
Exactly. So
it's just how Mafia works.
It's just how Mafia works. Yeah.
I'm gonna link something in general right now. It's I released a video this week, and it's probably my like favorite like video title and thumbnail that I've done so far. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better in that regards, and I wanted to share real quick.
I don't like you.
Oh, that's a good one. I remember that one. That was a very good one.
I was pretty proud of that one.
I saw that thumbnail and I was like, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good thumbnail.
I want to be able to more consistently do stuff like that. Yeah.
It do be true. I did say I don't like you after you snipe my score like I dropped my bottle cap like you sniped my score like an a-hole. Bully.
This reminds me of the time where like people asked me to play multiplayer with them. They're just like I don't know what it is, but like people come into my chat and they just try to ask for like a 1v1 or like ask to play multiplayer. It's like, I get it. You want to play with your favorite content creator or whatever. But to me, it's like, I don't really do that. Like I mostly play multiplayer with friends if I were to do that. And the last time I did that was with LS Toast. And that was back when like multiplayer just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I appreciate the offers, but I'm not doing 1v1s.
I know Denya does streams with viewers. Like I joined in one of his as well. Like he'll just have a modded room and have 10 people in the room, and it all crashes because the mods are really unstable, but we'll try to have multiple people in it. And like, yeah, it's nice to be able to do that kind of thing with your fans, but like doing it reliably and quite often is difficult. People don't really realize that.
It's going to set a precedent where it's like, if you're playing multiplayer with your viewers all the time, it's gonna be like, oh, when are we gonna play multiplayer?
Yeah, there's the expectations of you. Yeah.
Can we play multiplayer now? And it's like, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to just play Beat Saber multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like along the same ends of like when you're playing a different game and people are like, when are you gonna play Beat Saber?
Oh, don't even talk about that. It's so weird. It's like I'll be playing a completely different game on stream, and then people start like bringing up Beat Saber related stuff, or like they ask me when I'm going to play Beat Saber. It's like, I get it. You want your Beat Saber question to be answered and stuff, but like that's not really what I'm doing right now. Like it's not really the subject right now. I could be playing Bloons Tower Defense 6 and stuff, and it's like, it's like a break from Beat Saber. If that makes sense. Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I still answer the question anyways, but I prefer not like to hear Beat Saber related stuff when I'm not playing Beat Saber.
You took part in one of the streamer Rust servers for a little bit. What was your overall experience with that, and would you be interested in doing something like that again?
Oh, the streamer Rust server. Oh yeah. That was really really fun. It was because I know from a lot of people they tell me that the like public Rust servers are a completely different experience, and I
Mhm.
never really got to play Rust at all really. So like I went in playing that streamer server as like a newbie, you know. I was a
Mhm.
newbie. I was learning everything, and it was like a very nice experience. Now I can't say the same thing about like someone out there that's thinking about buying Rust right now and just playing on a public server. I don't know
Yeah.
how that is. You know, I can't really tell you if it's good or not, but
It's a nightmare.
I'd imagine it's a nightmare from all the things that people tell me. But like being able to play on that server was very fun. Like I had an actual fun time, you know, meeting and interacting with a lot of different people. I had when I first started playing, I remember I found a little spot where there was like a bunch of other people like building their house as well. So it was like a little neighborhood,
Mhm.
and I remember there was this guy. His name was Bajo, and
Your neighbor that you didn't like, right?
yeah, it was like we had like a little role play thing going on, where it's like he was like the neighbor. He was like the kind of like the Dinkelberg of from Fairly Odd Parents, you know.
Oh my gosh.
It's like
Mhm.
he was like over the top, super nice and stuff, but like he was kind of annoying at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like I remember he would be building his house, and I'd be like looking at his house and like, oh, he's building his house better than mine. I gotta make something better than this. Like, I gotta make something better, you know, type of thing. It was literally like an episode from Fairly Odd Parents.
I love how like comically dismissive you always were of him. Like he'd be like, hey, yeah, do you want to hang out? Like I think that'd be really cool. And be like, uh, yeah, I'm really busy. I'm sorry. I've got I've got loads to do, dude.
Yeah,
Not
that's
no.
so many things to do. Yeah, it was moments like that that really like that's kind of what kind of got me into like role playing more now. Like I want to do more role play stuff. You know, I want to do like the GTRP stuff just so I can build up like better role playing experience and all that. But those, like stuff like that is very hard to get into. You know, it's very hard to practice role playing kind of.
Hmm.
And I also wanted to do like VR chat role play to like in those like streamer role worlds and all that.
Yeah,
I
I
think it'd be
saw a
pretty.
bit of that last night on Bobber's stream.
Yeah, it could be like casual or just serious role play. It doesn't matter. I would be down to try it out. I feel like
Hmm.
I can pull it off. I would probably pull off like a if I were to create like an RP character, I'd probably be like the um I would say like kind of like like a little bit dumb, kind of
Hmm.
a little bit dumb and just kind of like oh yeah. Oh, I
Maybe
didn't know.
somebody who's like a little spacey.
Yeah, a little spacey. Yeah, exactly. I feel like I could fit that role pretty well.
Do you have like improv acting experience then, or is this something that you're just like getting into for fun?
Um, I mean, I did take some acting classes like in high school for like 2 years, and then in college for like half a year. Uh, and then the rest of it was just like building the improv from just streaming in general. Because you know I've been streaming for almost 3 years now,
Yeah.
and so that improv kind of most of it I would say built up just from streaming. You know, being able to you know come up with stuff on the spot. You know, come up with comments on the spot type
Y-
of thing.
It's
You know,
it's a
someone
kind of
says
skill that you're just like developing through experience, really, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten so much better at doing that, like bouncing off people's comments and all that. And also kind of, you know, we mentioned earlier about like inspirations and all that, you know, like the toxicity and stuff. They'd be like, my chat would be like, oh, you dropped your rank, kick W, you know, stuff like that. And I'm just like, you guys are so toxic, you know, like you guys always say rank drop every time I lose my SS and stuff like that. Like most of it is just like I'm not being super duper serious, you know, like
Just for
Mhm.
fun.
it's just like friendly banter,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, and you know, I like to have fun. I like to have fun. So sometimes people don't see that. Like people see that as like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. Uh, like I'm being over the top, like fake type of person for doing stuff like that. I don't know how to
Mm.
explain it. Like like for example, when I'm like, "Yo, chat, you guys were here. You guys were here. I got a 93% on this map, whatever, whatever." People think that I'm just like faking it or whatever. It's like no, I'm actually proud of myself.
Yeah.
Like, no, you guys were actually here. Can't you
Yeah,
guys see the chat? Like, I'm
yeah. It's like you guys were actually here, and it's like one of those moments, like one of those hype moments that you just create, and everyone feels like a part of something.
It's always a good feeling. So
I
I
like.
actually have a question for you though. I want to backtrack a little bit. You had mentioned, you've been streaming for a while. Obviously you're partnered on Twitch. What was that road to getting there like? Like, when you first started streaming to, I guess now, what was that road like for you?
Yeah. So when I first started streaming, I mean, like I had, I don't know. I know I started streaming like about like maybe 3 weeks after I started making like Beat Saber YouTube videos. And when I did start streaming, I only had like 40 or 50 viewers when I first started off. And I know I said only like as if it's like a little bit, because to a lot of Beat Saber streamers, it's a lot. But anyways,
That's a
getting
lot to
sidetracked.
me.
Yeah, getting sidetracked here. It was something that wasn't really on my mind. I was just like, I was just streaming, and having a good time playing Beat Saber. Um, so the road to partner type of stuff wasn't really on my mind. I just kept doing what I'm doing, and sharing my Beat Saber experience with a few people. And I just kind of kept doing that. I just kind of kept going and going and going. And I mean, one of the biggest things that really got me partnered on Twitch was when I did the Shrek movie in Beat Saber. The Shrek movie
Oh
in Beat
wow.
Saber,
A classic.
really, yeah, it was like, it was so big. It was such a big event. And at the time, I think the Shrek tournament was like around October of 2018. So yeah, I've already had like a few months in with like YouTube and streaming. So I had a bigger audience on YouTube. The YouTube audience came over to my Twitch. And I think before I did the Shrek movie, I was very close to hitting Path to Partner. I think I was like at, I don't know, 70 average, somewhere around there.
Mhm.
But because of the Shrek movie tournament, that I remember, without any raids or any hosts, I remember the day that it happened, I had like 800 viewers, and that was because
What?
King Puge, the person that organized the Shrek tournament and the person that made the map, I remember he got contacted, I think, or no, he contacted Charlie, Moist Critical.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, and I remember he had played the Shrek movie on his YouTube, and he played only a bit of it, like just like a short snippet of it. And then I remember he also announced that there was going to be like some streams of it on Twitch. And me being like the co-host of that tournament, me being the one that like I was like the main show of that tournament, people watched me, and that really like pushed me to just apply for partner, and I got partner the first time I applied.
That's incredible.
Freaking yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very proud of myself, honestly.
You should be, man. That's freaking dope.
Yeah, so if you watch I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen my Shrek movie and Beat Saber video, but like that time was like before I was partnered. I was not partnered at that time, so you can see a huge difference in my personality, I guess. Or not a huge difference, but you can see the shift, like the change.
Oh, so that's when you got fake.
Yeah, that's when I got fake. Yeah.
Was that back in the Le Bandit days or what?
Yeah, I was Le Bandit.
Nice.
I've got
I don't think I
I've
I
got the
don't think I
Shrek movie coming up as well. I've told my viewers I'm going to do it when I hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, so I've got that coming up as well.
I've been thinking about doing something memey with the Shrek movie, but like at this point, I'm just like, what do I even do? Like, I don't know what to do.
Get a custom
Like
platform
Logan
of
and do
it.
it upside down.
Play the entire Shrek movie at 50% speed or what?
Oh god.
Oh no.
200% speed ghost notes.
200%. I think LS Toast might have done something like that on stream.
Oh god.
I think so. I
Yeah,
don't.
he is cracked enough to do that.
I mean, nowadays, yeah, I feel like anybody can do that. type of thing. I know Shrek 2 is supposed to come in eventually. I don't know when, but I know that King Push is working on Shrek 2. But
I
he's
think we
been
need a
busy.
B movie map.
I was just about to
Uh,
say that. It's got to be a B movie one.
I remember as a joke a long time ago. I made it as a joke. I told Hex, "Hey Hex, I'll pay you to make the B movie in Beat Saber," and he was like, "No."
I
I
don't
am
blame
Great
him, to be
movie.
honest. That sounds like hell to make.
Yeah, honestly, it'd be a great meme, but I don't know if anybody wants to lose their sanity.
Yeah, that's fair. Like the only way I got through it, I actually had to watch the B movie like a week ago with my friend as like a dare. The only way we got through it was we made a drinking game out of it. Anytime there was a B pun or a joke that didn't land, you had to take a drink, and it was a very dangerous game because we're just sitting there in VR chat and we're just looking at each other like, "You want to stop?" So we didn't even make it through the whole movie. It was very dangerous. So yeah.
Amazing.
That sounds like hell, kind of. It's
That
taking
just
a
sounds
shot.
like liver poisoning.
I mean, it was fun. We were safe, but it was just like, oh no, we're not going to continue this no more. We're done.
All right. What questions do you guys want to segue into? We could go questions 10, 11, or
I got a
maybe.
question here for you. I got one for you.
Okay.
Relevant to my interests. When are you gonna have a VTubering avatar then? Huh? You got your character. When you gonna have it on stream?
I mean, I could honestly. I kind of thought about it, like just not something probably not something I would do as like a permanent thing, but like
Mhm.
more like of like a short temporary meme, just to kind of like have it there and just be like, hey guys, what's up? Like I'm using a VTuber avatar,
This is what it's gonna be like from now on.
Yeah, so it's uh I don't know. I don't look at VTubing as like a long-term thing for me. Something
Mhm.
that I would do permanently, but
You've
it's
got your
something
style.
that, yeah. Yeah, I've got my style. I mean, I've also, eventually probably sometime down the line I'll probably use my camera again anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Face
Are there any
cam.
VTubers that you specifically enjoy watching?
I like that
don't
you've
really
reworded the question there because I put it down. Which
Mhm.
VTubers do you simp for?
I mean, I don't really watch a whole lot of VTubers, to be honest, but from time to time I pop in and I watch Silvervale. She's pretty I don't know if you guys know who she is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think a
She's
lot of
part of
people
the
do.
V Shoujo. Yeah. Yeah, I watch her sometimes, or Code Miko sometimes, like I
Oh,
pop in
she's
and
so
out.
cool to watch.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't really watch a whole lot of VTubers, but I totally understand the appeal of like, people watching them. Like I was watching a short, um, like a small segment of what's that shark girl's name?
Gargura.
Gura.
Yeah.
Gurda, yeah. I was watching a short clip of Gurda playing Minecraft, and how she was just being like adorable and stuff. I'm just like, yeah, I can see the appeal. I can see why people like watch, Gura and how they're like, it's their favorite VTuber of all time and all that.
Mhm.
I mean, they pull it off pretty well,
It's like anime, but it's real. It's so
Yeah, it's
cool.
like
I love
anime
it.
for real.
It's anime that I can give money to.
Yeah, exactly. And they react to it.
And they say thank you for my $500 super chat. Hell yeah.
I know that VTubing starting to become like a more mainstream thing, even to the point where like, a few months ago, actually, like bigger YouTubers, like, or not YouTubers, sorry, bigger streamers like Pokimane and Soda Poppin, having their own VTubers and stuff.
PewDiePie
Yeah.
did at one point as well. He did a video with it.
Yeah, so it's becoming more mainstream. Something more
I'm
popular.
wondering. I don't think it is, but I remember for a little bit, VR chat and mutes on screen started getting like pretty popular among like that
Yeah,
same crowd. Yeah.
yeah, I
Soda
thought
Pop and enlisted happy, even like I think Jake and Bake even got into it too.
Yeah, and if you don't have a personal mute, then you're a mutelet. Let someone that doesn't own a mute.
Is that actual VR chat terminology? Because I am very ill informed.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. If you don't have your own personal mute, you're a mutelet.
So I'm a mutelet then, since I don't have my own mute.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you don't have a wife, you're a wifelet.
But you only get the privilege of calling other people mutelets if you don't have a mute yourself. I think.
I see.
Or no, I could be wrong.
Do you have a mute?
No.
Oh.
I might be the
No,
only
actually-
person here that doesn't understand what a mute is. Like, what is it?
A mute is somebody, like, let's say a VR chat streamer, like they're trying to think of something to do and they have nothing to do on stream. They literally just look over at their mute. Like a mute is somebody who doesn't talk in VR chat, and they just look over at them and say, "Hey, do cute things."
I
And
see.
they'll just like wave to chat, and then chat will go white people happy and wave back.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so there are some streamers that like adopt mutes, right? They adopt them, and then they're like they're kind of like a. It sounds weird to say this, but they're kind of like a pet a little bit.
I know,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, they're very, I mean, they well know exactly like what they are and what their
The
purpose.
role
Yeah,
that
they
they
play
play.
a role. So like, yeah, that's like the closest thing that I can how I can
They,
describe.
they essentially interact with chat as like an additional form of interaction with the stream.
Gotcha.
So it's like free content. Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you're taking applications, I do a full body tracking. No,
Just
I'm
don't
joking.
talk, Mello. Just
I'll just never talk.
yeah, never talk. I've actually thought about like having like my own personal mute, but at the same time, it's like it's a lot of, I guess, a lot of dedication that you have to put onto it. Like put onto them.
You gotta feed them. You gotta
gotta
pick up their
You
poop.
gotta care for them. Yeah,
Take them to the vet
exactly.
occasionally.
Take them
You
out
gotta
for a walk.
give attention at least once a week.
Water
Or I
them
guess
once in a while.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm ready for all that.
It's quite a commitment.
All right.
Oh yeah. So we had talked about this a little bit before we started recording the podcast. For the sake of the podcast, I'll bring it up again. So gacha games. I know you said you're a big fan of gacha games, and so am I. I've unfortunately gone down the whale rabbit hole of whaling. Yeah. So I can kind of blame Genshin for that one. But like talk to me about gacha games. What's your favorite one? Like how much have you whaled, if you're okay with like giving that out too? Talk to me about that.
I think my favorite gacha game right now would be Arc Knights, just because
Hell yeah.
Arc Knights is just one of those games where you don't really have to put a whole lot of time and dedication into. It's like, I mean, like, yeah, there's like content in the game that you can do that you have to kind of use your brain for, because it's a tower defense game. Arc Knights is a tower defense game. Think of it as like Bloons tower defense. Each character has their own, unique special power, their own skill that they can activate, in the middle of a level. So it's like each character has their own role. So you do have to use a bit of your brain power. But it's just one of those games too. There's like an auto feature where like after you complete a level, you can like auto the level so it farms the materials for you. And I know to some people it's like, oh, then like what's the point of playing Arc Knights if you're just like auto farming, you're AFK farming? Well, it's so that you can build up your characters so you can do future content or whatever, right? Or whatever harder stage you need to do. So when you get to that harder stage, you actually have to play the game again. So kind of like
it does a good job of keeping you playing.
Kind of like yeah, it keeps you playing, and also you can think of it like an RPG game. It's like, what's the purpose of an MMORPG? You grind, you keep grinding and grinding and grinding your characters so that you can do harder content. Right? You grind your gear, grind your stats so that you can do harder content. That's kind of like how Arc Knights would be, if I were to describe it.
Speaking of Arc Knights, did you get the new what is it? 6 stars is the max? Yeah, did you get the new 6 star from the event banner?
I did not. No, I think I'm going to skip out on it. I mean, like I do have like a few roles like stocked up, but I don't think I'm going to use them for this banner.
I hate to break your heart. I got one of the free rolls, and I got the 6-star on the first free roll.
Oh yeah, no, I've had some incredible luck. I've
Oh
had
yeah.
some good gacha luck. I'm not gonna lie. Like for example, in Genshin, this was actually recently when they the recent weapon banner event, the Grave Sword
The staff of Homa.
yeah. So I think after like what was it? Maybe 30 pulls on the weapon banner. I see a 5-star and I'm like, oh, it's a 5-star weapon. Okay, perfect. What am I gonna get? Right. I scroll through them, right? I just click. And I see the 5-star. It's a grave sword. And I'm like, oh, a grave sword. Oh, keep in mind, I already have a grave sword. It's already a refinement 5. So I didn't need another. Yeah, so I was like, I didn't really need another one, but I'll keep it just in case. Like in case I have another Claymore character, I can just slap on the, grave sword on them. And so I just keep clicking, and I get another 5-star. And it's a grave sword again.
Oh no.
Another grave sword. I'm just like, well, now I have my refinement 5 grave sword, and I have 2 duplicate grave swords. I'm just like, great. I wanted the staff of Homa, not the grave sword.
that happened to me with the fucking Amos bow, where I wanted to give that to Ganyu, so I had gotten the Skyward Pride once before in a previous banner, and the Skyward Pride was the other weapon on this legendary weapon banner, and I remember I got the pity, I got a refinement 2 Skyward Pride, and I was like, shit, okay, I'm gonna try for the Amos bow one more time, and I got 2 more Skyward Prides. Like, I hit the pity, and it gave me 2 Skyward Prides in that 110 pool.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wow, I got really lucky, just not the type of lucky that I want.
Yeah, it's like you're lucky, you're unluckily lucky.
Yeah.
So I totally understand. It was my first time pulling 2 5-star weapons too, and I'm just, or 5 stars of anything, and I'm just like, wow, I get duplicates of a weapon that I already have at refinement 5. I don't need another one. Have you guys seen the new character, Hu Tao?
Yeah, I got her.
You got her?
You got Hu Tao?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I just updated Genshin, so I'm gonna see them really soon. So I'm probably gonna lose more money.
Do you have any more Primo gems like in your account?
Oh yeah, I still have a bunch.
Oh,
I have some too.
Maybe you can pull Hu Tao before you have to Pepega credit.
Ooh, I don't know, man. With my luck in Genshin, it's terrible. In Arknights and like Girls Frontline, I got you. Like I'll get my free roll and give me a 5-star. We're good to go.
Arknights was more generous. That's why. I think their 6-star rate is like 2%. I mean, I know I say generous, but in terms of like for gacha, 2% is generous.
Oh yeah,
it really is.
When they usually like point something %.
Yeah, and then in Genshin, it's a 0.6% to get a 5-star, which is extremely low. And it kind of sucks. I hope sometime down the line they'll have like a lot of gacha games typically have like bundles that you can buy, so like you're saving a bit more money, maybe like $15 or so. I hope Genshin kind of has that sometime down the line where you can buy like a stack of 10 intertwined fates for, instead of 1,600 Primo gems, you just spend like 1,200 Primo gems, right? So you save 400 kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a good quality of life idea there. Like I've thought about buying the $100, Primo gems bundle, and like thankfully someone smacked my credit card out of my hand just in time, so I didn't do that.
I mean, like if you haven't bought the $100, you're pretty much guaranteed to get a 5-star because you get that like double bonus, whatever it's called, the first time double bonus.
Oh shit! You should have told me that.
I mean, I'm not trying to encourage you to do stuff, but I'm just saying that that's a thing.
Oh no.
I'm going to take this opportunity to very quickly reel things back into the Beat Saber aim of this podcast.
Yeah,
We're
I know, we're
turning into
Oh
the
yeah,
turning
yeah.
into the Gacha podcast instead. I think we're getting towards the end of it. I think. So I think one final question that I think we want to know is there anything behind the scenes that you've ever wanted to talk about but you've never had the chance to discuss? So like anything positive, anything negative, anything that you found really fun, or something that you've learned doing all of this.
Yeah, actually, there are like a couple of things probably that I can talk about. Um, I mean, I mean, like, okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys use Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but I feel like there's always some sort of Twitter drama that goes on, like at least once every week. That
Pretty
just happens.
often.
And the thing that sucks so much about all this is that, like, we talked about this earlier. Beat Saber is full of kids. It's full of
Yeah.
children, right? It's full of children, and when it comes down to having like discussions, if a child or sees something that they don't agree with, they'll like go out of their way to try to like really say, no, you're wrong and I am right and that's final type of thing, instead of having like an actual discussion.
Mhm.
Like they'll just start being toxic. They'll start throwing like
They're very some like a lot of people, a lot of kids growing up still haven't learned boundaries very well,
Reached
and they still need
emotional
more time.
maturity.
Yeah, and they can be sometimes a little more abrasive.
yeah, so it kind of sucks because it's really um it's just creating this like weird.
It's draining to constantly see a lot of like people just at each other's throats.
Yeah, exactly. And also with the whole ranking scene too, it's like, sometimes people just I don't know what it is, but people sometimes just hate mappers for ranking whatever song. Like
Yeah.
tonight, for example, like I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Sook said this before on Twitter, where it's like or somewhere I think uh where he said that he was like getting a lot of hate messages and stuff because Tinnitus was ranked and they couldn't pass Tinnitus, whatever, or they couldn't get a good score on it. It's like, dude, you're really going to get angry at somebody, or you're really going to hate somebody over some pixels, some numbers over a game. Like, I get it. Like, you want to be competitive, you want to be at the top.
If they want to stay competitive with the overall community, they have to play every song that's over like a certain threshold of points. In the future, I don't think it's going to be like that. There's going to be enough songs in existence of every playstyle where you won't feel like you're forced to play every song in order to compete with everybody on a global scale. But at the moment, I think the argument that a lot of people are having is that they have to play every song that is over like 400 points, and that's where like the drama stems from, where like something won't be in their play style and they will be very angry about that.
Yeah, which kind of goes back to well, all these kids try really hard to gain as much performance points as possible, and it's
They're not
like,
entitled to have every song be in their play style though.
yeah, exactly. And it's like I kind of think of Beat Saber like Osu, like Osu has been around for such a long time, and they've had the chance to develop their own PP system, and I think it's like open. It's like an open thing too, so like the community kind of gets involved to like creating a better system, something like that. But
Mhm.
anyways, it's like Osu's been around for a very long time, so there are so many ranked songs, like an unbelievable amount of ranked songs.
Mhm.
And also on top of that, since Osu is an older game, I would also imagine that people that grew up with Osu are probably older as well.
Yeah.
Maybe like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. Somewhere around that. I would imagine the average age of an Osu player would be like 18 or something, 19.
Yeah.
The average age. And like a lot of Osu streamers that I watch, or at least like mappers or some like bigger streamers, they look older, like Sotarks, BTMC, People like Cookiezi too. I'm pretty sure they're all like older people.
Yeah,
So it's like a
in
lot
their
of
they're probably all like in their mid-20s now, right?
probably early 20s, I would say.
Mhm.
Like I said, like Osu's been around for such a long time, so they got to stick around and play the game for for however long they've been playing for. Whereas in Beat Saber, it's only it's about to be 3 years old. So it's like all these younger kids that are playing it, 13, 14 years old, you know, they haven't really had enough time to grow with the game. Maybe like 5 years, 6 years down the line, we might see some older people. I'm not too sure. It's hard to tell because the amount of Quest 2 players that are coming in, most of them are kids, and as time goes on, VR is going to be more and more accessible, and who knows what kind of audience Beat Saber will bring in. Also, it's one of those things too where I feel like Beat Saber is just one of those games where as you get older, you start becoming more lazy, and it's like
Mhm.
at least it feels like that with me. Because
Start running out of energy.
yeah, like when I first started playing, I was like 19 years old or something like that, and I felt like I was able to move my body more. But now that I'm older, it's like, a little bit older, 22 years old now, it's like, a
Dude,
lot of
I'm
energy.
26. I feel that. It's hard moving sometimes.
Yeah.
Hate to break it to you, buddy, but 23 don't get any better.
Y'all are weak. I am going to be 28 this year, and I'm getting better at the game.
Oh no.
I feel like if you really want to stay competitive in Beat Saber as an older person, you have to be exercising. Like I'm not talking about Beat Saber exercise because that's like not really. I'm not gonna say it's not really exercise, but it's like, for example, going out for like a run
Oh,
is
yeah.
it's more beneficial than playing
Mhm.
Beat Saber, right? Or just like dancing or something, right? Anything that really gets you moving, that really gets your cardio up. That's what's going to help you on the competitive level of Beat Saber as an older person.
Yeah,
For sure.
just
So-
Beat Saber is like a very specific exercise. You need to be just like in shape in general for it to work.
Yeah, or in better shape. You don't have to be like specifically in shape, but like
Yeah.
just like as long as you're moving and you're not sitting down at your computer, 12 hours a day.
I don't know. I'm spending a lot of time on the computer. I should probably. I should probably. Well, no. I am sitting for an extended period because I have a job that involves sitting in front of a computer for 8 hours a day,
Oh yeah, I
and then
totally feel that.
I come home and then I sit in front of my computer for 4 hours and then go to bed.
Yeah, so in your case, it's like you're not really getting too much exercise. So like whenever it comes down to you playing Beat Saber, you could probably only play for like an hour and a half before you start getting tired.
Yeah, I would say so.
Or like 2 hours, yeah. I mean, also like speaking of like playtime, I feel like Beat Saber is one of those games where you just can't play for like hours and hours and hours in a single day.
Yeah.
Like
Definitely not.
I feel like for most people, like on average, they play for only like an hour and then they're done for the day. Maybe less than that. Maybe like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I
like
think-
someone that doesn't stream or make YouTube videos for Beat Saber.
I think if like I wanted to mentally prepare myself for an extended session, I would say 3 hours would be my limit.
Yeah, that's pretty much my limit too. It's like 3 hours. So like I don't over exert myself, so I don't pull a bone or like a muscle, whatever, a nerve.
Yeah, like anything beyond 2 hours for me, like it's just exhausting and I can't move as much and my performance definitely drops. So like
Mhm.
yeah, the first hour or so is like peak, and then from there it gets much more difficult.
Actually, for me, it's the opposite. First hour for me, I'm trying to just basically power through, like getting to that warm up stage, and then once I feel warmed up, I feel like my ability to just keep that stamina going for like higher stamina maps is actually much more consistent than like that first hour of play for me.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
I feel that. Yeah, I do the same thing too. It's like I like to play songs that help me warm up. So once I'm actually done warming up, I can perform better and do better.
What kind of
Mhm.
songs do you use for warming up?
I mean, it varies. It's not. I don't have like a specific playlist. It just
Reality
varies.
check.
Reality check through the skull. No, it's because people request songs, and I just like scroll through the songs. I'm just like, all right, what song sounds good to like warm up to, type of thing.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, I just find songs that like I enjoy the maps of, not necessarily that they're challenging, but because I really enjoy them, and it kind of like gets me motivated to actually do well. Like, oh,
What? You're not
this one I
PP
can move
farming?
well.
What? Oh, you're bad at the game.
Oh
People who
no.
go PP farm? What? They
Yeah.
exist?
I'm not competitive at all. I think I'm somewhere around like 8,500 or something globally. Like I am not trying hard to be the best at the game. I'm just enjoying myself. So all right, I'll head off. See you. I don't belong on this channel anymore. See ya, guys. Bye.
Yeah, score saber. Your score saber rank does not determine someone's like. Well, it contributes a part of it, but it doesn't. It doesn't determines someone's end all be all type of thing.
Yeah.
Just because you're not top 100 in the world doesn't mean you're bad at the game. Doesn't mean that you're washed up.
I also play
No,
a
it
lot of
doesn't.
unranked maps, so like a lot of the ones I'm playing just don't contribute towards the score, so it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, and you could also say too, like people like challenge players, right? You know, people that play like WDG esque maps. That's those songs are not ranked, but you can look at a WDG map and people can be impressed by that.
For
Yeah.
That's
context,
a skill.
for context, Dandy, if you don't know, WDG is like this group, like Beat Saber group that specifically plays like insane looking maps.
Okay.
Just think of like 20 notes per second maps type of thing, where it's like lots of stacked notes, double notes, and all that
Oh,
jazz.
no, thank
And
you.
they have to like vibro their wrists up and down very, very fast to get through it. And WDG stands for, I'm not even kidding, world's dumbest gamers.
Yeah.
Also, people that hate themselves. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
The Vibro Kid.
Honestly, I feel like the reason why a lot of kids are in WDG is because they're younger. Just simply because they're younger and they can move their body more without having to use a lot of their energy. So that's kind of the reason why I was mentioning a long time ago that over time I feel like a lot of kids are going to take over top 100.
Yeah.
And like next thing you know, 95% of people that are top 100 are under the age of 13, or not 13, 18. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot which one it was, but they made fun of me on stream because they were like, "Hey, play this Vibro map," and I actually like clapped it, right? Like I actually nailed it, no fail, or I didn't do no fail. I passed it, and I was like, "Whoa, what the hell? Is this a hidden talent?" And I was like, "Hey, hire me, WDG," and they were like, "No, you're too old," and I was like, "Oh, ouch. Okay,
Oof.
What?
okay."
You're too old, Melo.
I'm
Sorry,
too
you're an
old.
old man.
I was like, "I'm only 23," and they were like, "Yeah, too old," and I was like, "Oh, okay.
Start your
Thanks,
own.
thanks, anyways."
Is there something that you guys wished was different about, like, I don't know, like the mentality of Score Saber, like all these like people that think, oh, you're not top 100, you're bad. Like, is there
I think that, like a lot of things, being successful in any way can go to a person's head. Okay, story time. I went to the Microsoft store one time for an event that they were throwing where you could show up and play League of Legends against other people. You would either bring your own team or you would meet up with people there and like put a team together with just random people.
Yeah.
There was a guy there that was like a Diamond 3 player who you could tell he was probably a social outcast growing up, and it was absolutely going to this guy's head that he was like the top dog amongst all of these just like lower level players who just wanted to show up and have fun. And
Yeah.
his mentality was that of like, oh yeah, I'm definitely winning this, and his demeanor completely reflected that. And I feel like when people are not used to being at the top, once they are at the top, sometimes they don't realize what they look like from a third person perspective. And if they had a chance to see themselves, they might realize like, oh, I look like somebody who is just absolutely letting all this go to their head. And I feel like younger people are more prone to not being aware of being that person.
I 100% agree with you on that. It's I mean, like, as for me, you know, like I was mentioning before, you know, I'm a bigger Beat Saber YouTuber, right? People see me as a you know, like your average YouTuber that doesn't really look into Beat Saber or whatever. They see me as like one of the best players,
Yeah.
right?
And anybody who's like higher ranked than you and just like they'll start foaming at the mouth, just like, no, I'm better. Pay attention
Yeah,
to me.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, Ben is not even that good, or whatever, or like, or they'll try their best to like really catch up to me in my rank, and then as soon as they do, they're like their entire mentality changes, where it's like, oh, I'm a higher rank than Bandoot. There, he's not that good anymore. He's
Yeah.
not a good person, or he's not good at the game. It's like, I just don't play ranked, man. What do you want from me?
Yeah. You didn't play ranked for the longest time, and then you just did it one time just to prove everyone wrong, and now you don't do it anymore. Like it's not even ranked isn't even a factor for you, and you're still a good player.
Yeah, if I put effort into some of the maps, some of the ranked maps, you know, get a 92, 93 on it, yeah, I definitely be a higher rank, but that's a lot of that's a lot of effort, you know?
Yeah. And
Like
it overall doesn't matter. And that's why I'm pretty sure that you don't focus on it, because it's not the overarching draw of your content. Your content
yeah,
is
it's
just loving Beat Saber, not being the competitive Beat Saber player.
yeah, and it's also like if I were to like PP farm and, you know, try really really hard over and over and over again with the same song, trying to get a better score, you know, that 0.1% better score, whatever, I feel like that would make the stream very boring to watch, you know,
Yeah.
like just trying to PP farm over and over and over and over again. Like, next thing you know, I've retried 15 times, and it's like,
Yeah.
how's
Honest,
that
uh,
how's that going to be fun for people to watch?
exactly.
Like, I
Honestly,
have a
like
queue. I have a queue that I have to go through.
when I'm watching like a top 50 player, sometimes the experience of watching that player is sometimes player starts song, 30 seconds into it, pauses it, and then I'm looking at the pause screen for like 10 to 20% of the stream, and that's not fun to watch from a viewer's perspective.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing too, with like a lot of like, I guess newer-ish ranked maps, like the really fast ones, you know, like Sacrament and stuff. You know,
Mhm.
people always point out my score, like, oh, he's I don't even know what my score is on it. I think it was like an 82% or something. But like the thing is, I played Sacrament without pausing, and also I didn't put a lot of effort into my swings because I know that I wouldn't have the stamina to just go on if
Right.
I did. So it's like, I have my reasons why I have such a low score, right? It's like, if I really really wanted above 90% on Sacrament, I probably could. It would just require a lot of pausing. That's it. Like, it would just require a lot of pausing. I'm pretty sure people that have good scores on it probably pause at least once, at least,
Mm.
on Sacrament, right? I mean, sure, there are people out there that can play Sacrament without pausing and still get above 90%, but the majority of players probably had to pause at least once if they wanted a good score on Sacraments.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place for us to close things out, Bandoot. Thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, no problem, Myerden. Thanks for having me on here, dude.
Pleasure to meet
really
you as
Yeah.
well.
I appreciate you actually like getting in contact with me beforehand, and just like letting me know that like you'd be down to do this. So yeah,
Yeah,
again,
I like the
uh,
idea. I like this whole idea of just having a podcast and then just listening to it while I'm.
It's nice to have like the behind the scenes of like these kind of people that might not necessarily get to talk about their experiences. So thank you very much for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me on, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.